Welcome to another edition of An Apple a Day, hosted by You Define Wellness. I'm Denise O'Malley, the founder of You Define Wellness, and welcome to this conversation. As you know, if you've been watching these videos, we like to have conversations with our network providers because they are the experts when it comes to health and wellness. And it is my pleasure today to introduce you to my friend Phyllis Guy, who owns Natural Body Wisdom. Phyllis, thank you so much for being on this call with me today.
Oh, you're welcome. I really appreciate you doing these so that this good news can get out there about good health, nutrition, and wellness all over.
You know, that's exactly why we do them, is because where else are they going to get this information?
Right.
It's not done when they don't get these conversations when they're on their, enrolling for their medical plan. It's struggling and finding the information on their own. So I love having a library of topics on YouTube so that people can find us and get to know you as a human being before they pick up the phone and call you.
Right.
So let's tell everyone what it is that you specialize in.
I specialize in educating people about good nutrition. I like to help people get off that roller coaster of sugar cravings and food cravings, basically. And, we all have a closet full of clothes and nothing to wear sometimes. So I help you fit into those someday clothes sooner than you think you can.
So you're not using the word diet.
No.
You're re-educating.
I am. Yeah, because it's more about a lifestyle, and it's about educating people and finding something that works for you. We're all so different. And the more I read about it, the more I figure we are all different and we have our little idiosyncrasies physically and emotionally, and yeah.
So this is intriguing to me. So I'm one of those that many years ago, I would like one of those national weight loss chains that advertises on TV all the time.
Right.
I think I've used every single one of them especially in my 30s. So this was just a couple of years ago, right? And I had great success losing weight, and they had their education programs and everything, but you're tailoring it for the individual. But how do you do that?
We talk a lot. I ask a lot of questions. I talk a lot about, other things going on in your life, not just the food, because weight loss or gaining weight, I should say, is just a symptom of other things going on, whether it's a thyroid or maybe your gut microbiome or emotional triggers, stress about money, stress about relationships. It all plays a role in our health. And we see it a lot of times, first of all, in weight. For a few people, it might be weight loss, the lucky ones, and other people, it's most probably weight gain.
What I like about this is that, number one, and I want to make it clear to everyone who's watching this video that Phyllis is not just about losing weight. I mean, that may be what comes out of it, but you're really working with them on their lifestyle changes.
Right.
To be feeling better. I don't like it focusing just on the weight because that's a number, and having gone through all those weight loss programs, I'm going to tell you it's a number that fluctuates.
Right.
It's instead how you feel on the inside. And at least that's my perception of how you go about it. And the other is just an added bonus.
Absolutely. Yeah. Oftentimes I'll tell my clients when we first start, it's like, I don't care how much you weigh. If your weight is causing you health issues, yes, let's address that. But I just want you to be the best person that you can be, healthy, confident in your own body, doing what you want to do.
Mm-hmm. So what does it look like when someone comes to you as a client? You've done a consultation with them and some sort of an intake, but what does working with you look like?
Well, the first month is the most important, getting them off that sugar roller coaster, the sugar cravings. And I take them through, call it a metabolic reset or a sugar detox or something like that, where we actually change the chemistry of the body. We change their brain health changes, their cravings change, their energy goes up, their brain fog goes away. So many things happen in that first month. And then we start addressing the habits and the lifestyles and the emotional side of eating over the next several months after that.
So there is a mindset change that they have to take, because
Right.
you are not like taking a pill or opening
No.
a box of prepared food and fixing it. They are making a commitment. They recognize the fact that they need to make a change in their life now. And
Right.
it starts with the health of your body, and fueling it with the things that will um, help solve other. It just solves one problem after another,
Right.
in that you're easing it out. So what kind of a commitment time-wise are people looking at?
Anywhere from 1 month to 6 months.
Okay.
Most of my clients are 6 months. If it's a one-on-one client, it's 6 months. I have done groups that are just 1 month, but then some of them realize that they need that individual coaching afterwards to keep them on track. So I
Yeah.
do that as well.
So you do group coaching. So are these groups that you are putting together, or they're obviously groups at the workplace, because I know we've talked about
Right.
that, but even a group of friends could come together?
Sure. Yeah. A small group, 5 people, 10 people. I'm collaborating right now. I'm doing a one in March in Lakewood, Colorado here, and collaborating with a yoga studio.
Oh,
So
that's a great idea.
I do that as well, whether it's a chiropractor's office, yoga studio, massage therapy, whatever. Yeah.
How about a book club?
A book club, I could do that too. I'm actually
Yeah.
talked to a woman about a wine club. So
Well, get people together for more than one purpose, but if they're getting together anyways, just integrate this in with their other activities that they're doing, or their main focus for gathering together. I
right.
think it's a great idea. I didn't know you did that. And suddenly the little wheels are going here.
All right.
So that's amazing. So one of the things that I want to go to an event that you did with us, that you brought with you a visual display that rocked my world, in terms of opening up what I was putting into my body by using sugar packets. Can you
Right.
talk about that a little bit more?
Sure. Sometimes we think a food is healthy, but it's really not. And the best example I like is some sort of granola bar that's very popular. And I'll admit, I gave it to my kids years ago. We'd go skiing, and you always put a couple of these in your backpack and eat it on the run. It's great. Then when you really look at the label, there's a lot of sugar in there. And so if you take the amount of carbohydrates and divide that by 4, that's the number of teaspoons of sugar that's in a food. And so,
Okay, hold on. Say that part again.
sure, the number of carbohydrates on the label,
Mm-hmm.
say it's 24,
Mm-hmm.
that's probably similar to a soda. Divide that by 4, and you get 8. So you're actually drinking or eating 8 teaspoons of sugar in that food.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was wondering how you came up with that, and because I have not seen that on labels, and you see grams of sugar and things like that. But I'll have you know that I have not bought that favorite granola bar that was mine too,
Yeah.
since I saw that visual display. And so you guys can try to picture this. She literally tapes together packets of sugar to the packaging of the product. And when you hold up my favorite granola bar, and it's got a very long line of sugar packets
Right.
to one granola bar. It's not
One
the whole
granola bar.
package.
Right. And yeah, and each packet is a teaspoon of sugar. So that'd be 8 packets in that. And the same thing with cereal. That's what I like to do as well, is, Cheerios or what honey bunches of oats is very popular. So I do that one. And yeah, it's pretty eye-opening for some people.
Well, especially when their advertising is heart healthy, or
Right.
yeah, and
Yeah.
it is kind of an eye-opening thing.
Yeah.
Um,
But did you know, fun fact, that companies actually pay to get that label on their boxes. So oatmeal, Quaker Oats pays the American Heart Association hundreds of thousands of dollars to get that heart healthy label on their boxes.
I actually do believe that because there is a very popular award of excellence, customer service excellence. You will see many major companies that tout that they have won this award. And I'm not going to say name names at this point in time as to what the award is, but you've all seen it, trust me. And when I looked into it to find out how to get it, I found out you had to pay for it. It was not, yes, you had an application process, but the bottom line was is you paid 5 figures to get it.
Mm.
Yeah, so that's really misleading, and that's good to know. So can you share a tip or two for as to what somebody at home or watching this video can do today to
Sure.
change their life?
I would say number one, try to eliminate snacks. Eat just 3 regular meals a day. And then try to take out as much sugar as you can from those meals, especially for breakfast, and make your breakfast more protein and fat centric so that it keeps you satiated until lunchtime.
Okay. So let's talk about that a little bit, because I come from the school of having been diagnosed many, many years ago as hypoglycemic, and that I was taught by my primary care physicians for years that I needed to not have 3 meals a day. I needed to have 7 meals a day, but very small portions of it. So how does what you were saying work with that?
I would say move into those 3 meals slowly, and make them more fat and protein oriented instead of sugar oriented, so that it doesn't spike your blood sugar, it doesn't spike your insulin, and your energy level is more steady throughout the day. And this whole thing on intermittent fasting and short-term, long-term fasting, even people who are hypoglycemic can do that if they take it slowly, because there are so many benefits to fasting. I mean, who came up with the idea that we really needed 3 square meals a day, right? I try to see everything through through an ancestral lens, and our caveman ancestors didn't eat 3 meals a day. You know, one day they might be eating sticks and twigs and leaves and berries, and the next day, you know, they got a kill that the whole tribe could really feast on. So it's that feast-famine cycle that we've gotten away from.
Oh, that's an interesting observation on that. So can we talk a little bit about the diet fads that are going on out there?
Yes.
I'm seeing a ton of Facebook posts right now for, showing the weight loss pictures, show me, contact me, private message me as to how I did it, and phenomenal results. And I'm seeing a lot of people jump on those bandwagons, and I have not contacted any of them to find out exactly what it is, what their secret is. And I don't know what the product is behind it, but we hear about the keto diet, and there's all these other ones. What's your perception?
The keto diet specifically, I like up to a point. Again, I like to see more of a variability. So maybe you eat very low fat for a few days a week, and one day a week you eat more carbs, and one day a week you fast, and kind of mix it up. Because that's really what our body is more used to. That's what we've evolved from. We haven't evolved into eating every day, all day, with, the harvest around every corner type of thing. So we have to, our body hasn't caught up to our evolution and our lifestyles. So we have to mix it up. And keto, getting into ketosis, our brain likes ketones for fuel. They run better that way. But again, if long term, I don't believe it's a good strategy. Especially people who work out hard, who might have a little hypoglycemia, maybe some thyroid challenges. It's really best to mix it up and eat those carbs.
And really what it boils down to is learning how to fuel our bodies better, which is what you specialize in, and not going from fad to fad to fad. I know I personally for years there was on whatever diet came around, and great results in some and not in others. But I never really had the until recent years, the education with it and the science behind it, and how it helps you for the long term, as opposed to a quick weight loss, great picture, you never look that way again. I still have my genes.
I have one of those pictures.
I still have the genes.
Yeah.
From years ago, because I keep saying that one of these days I'm going to get back into them, and there's no way right now that I'm getting back into it, unless some other changes take place, because that was way too skinny for my body.
Yeah.
But
so get rid of them. Clear your mind and closet.
Yeah. They're in the back of the closet. One of these days I will clear them out and get rid of them.
Okay.
But so it's about that commitment, and the commit. And I think the commitment is the hard thing, is for people when they've got all these advertising and things going on. Those are not talking about changing. It's the superficial, change your body size and you change your life. That's not what you're talking about. You're talking about changing the health.
Right.
And you're changing your life. Right.
Yeah. And you can even have, as far as which diet to follow, if you have your DNA tested and see what your ancestry is. If you're an Eskimo, who eats whose ancestry is eating lots of fat and protein, your body's going to be different than someone whose ancestry is Northern Europe, who eats more carbs and roots and things like that.
So is that something that you take into consideration when you're as a professional?
I haven't gone really deep into it, no. Okay. But I do kind of keep that in the back of my mind.
Yeah, I mean, you have that knowledge. It's that not every body is the same.
Right.
And that's the benefit of working with a professional like you, as opposed to whatever's over the counter or that you see on the national advertising. So, these conversations go so fast. I want to make sure that we cover everything that you wanted to cover today. So what are we, because I got on this tangent about the diet and then I came back to it. And then, So what would you like to make sure we covered?
I think we covered most of it. Like you said, it is a lifestyle. It's not easy. One of the biggest challenges of changing people's habits, one of the hardest things is with food. And so, you take a few steps forward and one step back. So I just want people to know it's not easy, and it might take some hand holding or group support, but don't beat yourself up whatever happens, because we are wired to like sugar, period.
Yes, we are. So for those who are watching the video, I want to share the Phyllis's website, so that go to mynaturalbodywisdom.com and you'll find her contact information. You can read about her, the speaking engagements that she does, the group programs that she does, and really look into taking an investment for your overall health. Because that's what this is really all about, is taking charge of you and making you be the best person that you possibly can. And I do also want to share with you the You Define Wellness website at definewellness.com. We are an employee benefit program that offers alternative and holistic wellness services and access to the practitioners like Phyllis, where you can actually meet with them, and it's an employee benefit program. So we would love to chat with you as well. You can go to our website. You can book a time on my calendar just from the Contact Us page alone. So any last closing thoughts?
This was a lot of fun. I do offer complimentary discovery sessions for people if they want to give me a call and just chat for a little bit, and I can offer them some tips and suggestions on what to do to go forward.
And I got to tell you guys, I would take her up on that, and definitely place that phone call, send her, fill out her Contact Us form on her website as well, and start that conversation and taking control of your own health. So Phyllis, I'm going to say thank you for spending this time with me. I love being able to chat with our network providers, learn more about what you're doing and how you can help those out there who are looking for solutions for their healthcare. So I just really want to say thank you for spending this time with me.
You're welcome. This has been great. Thank you.
You're welcome. And to all of those watching this Apple a Day webinar, just keep watching our Facebook page on You Define Wellness, and you will find more events. We have a lot of programs coming up over the next couple months, and you can always visit our video library on YouTube. So thank you again for joining us, and namaste.